10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And welcome back, everybody, here to the main stream number 1. Of course, there's terrific Dota across Game 2, 3, and 4 streams. Definitely go check them out, as we will stay with EG versus Wings. Draft number 2.
But what happened at the Roche fight, Toby?
I also would like to know. Luckily, you can go back and watch the other live streams. You should be running all 4 at the same time. IO and Lifesteal are the opening combo this time around from EG, while the Batrider and Rubik will be the opening 2 from Wings. Just a side note too, Wings decided they actually had the choice in this game, and they chose to take second pick, allowing EG the first pick and dire side of this game.
I think it's because they realized that EG might not be playing so clear-cut as they might have expected. So they want to have the last pick in this scenario and be able to adapt to what EG might unexpectedly bring. Evil Geniuses have switched up the first phase ban, going with the Pieces of the Moon, Mirana instead of the Keeper of the Light, and still opening with the IO, except this time Wings is opening with Batrider and the Rubik.
Yeah, Rubik, a hero, like, okay, so Oracle has been the thing, especially in the last game. You're going to bypass that and say, hey, Rubik is my hero in the first phase?
There is a method to their madness, but we don't understand that method.
So we wait for everything to unfold, and then we shall say we understand the method. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is very, it's just very difficult to understand their drafting process. And you can try and make rhyme out of the reason, but a lot of times it's, I think a lot of times they do stuff just to throw their opponents off. It's like, okay, we can play this, we can also play this, and one might be like slightly better than the other, but they might go for the one that's not slightly as good just because they want to confuse their opponents. Or like, I think that's a big part of their game, just making the opponents prepare for the unexpected.
Yeah, well, it was perfect in game number 1. Even if you don't just say it came out of the draft, like, unexpectedness, there was their movement. Like, Wings always had EG guessing. Like, it never really looked like EG felt confident in one movement.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's just smoke up. What happens then? They both run into each other. Or Wings is in a better position. Like, or Wings sees them coming beforehand. And that's a team with a Batrider who's in that style of position. It felt very, very odd for game 1. So EG need to settle themselves down, play for some strengths. Lifestealer is a big strength core. IO behind him should be a lot of support too. I was actually kind of hoping there'd be a little bit more of a controlling support from EG. Seeing someone like a Lion appear or such. Someone that lets them set the tempo of the game, because almost felt like with the IO Dazzle, they were waiting to see what Wings would do and then they just react with a heal bomb. There was no
IO can be very aggressive a lot.
He can.
The Huskar was supposed to control the game, but he did not because he got shut down in lane so badly. But let's see what Evil Geniuses will turn to this time. Lifestealer is strange in the first phase, especially versus the Batrider, one of the heroes that's it's not a Lifestealer counter, but he does already have an innate anti-magic immunity spell, and they do not have a good vessel for the Lifestealer. IO Lifestealer is not that strong by itself.
Yeah. Looking for a different combination. So maybe that's when we look towards the other EG style heroes.
We've even seen Lifestealer played by Universe, and then he goes for a more control build sometimes.
The old school offlane Lifestealer, yeah. You could also just do the same thing again, like push Fear to the offlane with the Lifestealer and leave Universe on the safe. But and that wouldn't be too bad. Like, you're running a safe lane Slark up against a Lifestealer.
Yeah, and then they pick Slark. Like, Slark is good for its Batrider. Maybe Evil Genius is like, maybe we want to pick a Slark to have Fear play it to deal with the Batrider, but nope.
Okay, so potential Universe hero, also potential 4 position for PPD to take into the jungle.
He rarely plays those greedy heroes, though.
Yeah,
I think
so it's probably going to be Universe.
Far more likely, I'd say even second most likely would actually be Sumail. We have seen the
remaining.
Midnight Soccer a decent amount, and it seems like his hero pool has switched
5
drastically
seconds
from
remaining.
the Sumail that we know. We saw the mid Ancient Apparition, we saw the mid Oracle, we saw the mid
Reserve
Huskar.
time.
So I think that it's time to discard all previous notions of what Sumail plays.
Would you worry though, like running 2 melee cores up against like Batrider and Slark? Like you got Leash, you got Napalm.
They want to have some contest in the vision game. With the Night Stalker, you counter Slark's night vision decent amount with darkness, and you make it very difficult for Batrider to do what he knows and loves to do. And a lot of teams favor the Beastmaster over the Night Stalker, but I think against the Slark, the Night Stalker is a slightly better choice.
Well, still want to see how they can get that damage out, because right now Wings, like, the scaling's going to be fun, their control is really good, and their control plus their scaling damage just got a hell of a lot better. Now with the Empower of Magnus being added onto a Slark, not to mention the big team fight control.
Have they ever picked Magnus before?
Have a squiz, man. See what you find.
They have picked Magnus one time in the last 3
10
months.
seconds remaining.
Oh, what was that game? Does it show you the game?
I will show you
5
in
seconds
just a second.
remaining.
Who was it against?
It was
Reserve
a
time.
Wisp, Benj, Mag, Ember, Slark.
And that was up against a team called We Are Young from the Chinese League.
So they ran
From
a
CPL.
mid. It was an offlane Magnus. We could see that this game, although that might be a little bit difficult to fit in with the Batrider.
Yeah, unless you throw Batrider into the mid. If this is really going to
But
be a
then what would-
Sumail Night Stalker.
But then they don't have a good steroid like target for the Empower. Well, Slark
Yeah.
is like, it's okay, but it's no Ember Spirit, that's for sure.
Try just Iron Talon the Magnus in the jungle.
You could definitely do that. I have seen people do it before Iron Talon was a thing. You choke point with the level 1 Empower with Quelling Blade.
I suppose, yeah, that could...
Not
Wow.
as it's not that unfathomable.
It would be so dirty, though. All levels of dirty.
Is it? Do you consider Iron Talon dirty? I think it's great. Jungle Magnus at TI first round.
You know,
Sure.
I was one of those those fun guys that was like, I would love to see that kind of stuff with like an alchemist inside the jungle doing that kind of stuff, and then just giving Ags to the rest of his team the entire time. Like you'd like get Dragonlance and Aghanim Scepter on the Drow Ranger in like next to no time. Everybody is a winner.
Except the 4 teammates who have to play 4v5
with
the
a crappy
entire game.
alchemist.
Oh, the Huskar
Wings
again.
Oh, they're
Gaming's
trying
turn
it.
to ban.
There's still some really good control coming out from Wings against the Huskar.
I think Ember was banned by themselves, so I
Yeah.
find it hard.
You're
to
wondering
pick
what
in-
Wings' last year is going to be?
10 seconds
Because we haven't seen the
remaining.
pick Magnus, so do they like to combo it? Is it going to be like Faceless
5
Void
seconds
even for
remaining.
just huge team fight control? Because EG's team fight is atrocious.
I think we have to
Turn
assume
to
though that we're
ban.
looking at 3 calls already from Wings, so it's one more support, right? Or you're talking about EG's last?
No, I'm talking about Wings' last. Dude, assuming is what gets you in trouble in Dota. You assume that EG doesn't play Huskar. You assume that Sumail doesn't play Huskar. Well,
10 seconds
maybe they didn't get in
remaining.
trouble last game, but it
Yeah.
could, right?
Yeah.
You have to respect your opponents. You have to
5 seconds
It'll
remaining.
you
definitely-
never assume that they're going to do the unoptimal play.
He'll definitely have a lot of an easier time playing up. There's the Ancient Apparition, but what if we just get the
turn to
Oracle
pick.
pickup? Like the Huskar will have a lot easier time playing up against a Magnus in the mid than he did against the Viper and Oracle combination.
But
of
that's the
last time.
thing. Are they going to put Magnus in the mid lane? It could be a jungle mag with the Batrider off lane. I don't think they were going to put up the Magnus
10
versus the Huskar
seconds
because it's a
remaining.
terrible matchup for the Magnus.
Yep.
And they don't have the nice babies in here. Rubik's like,
5
okay, but he's
seconds
no
remaining.
Oracle. And I think this is why Wings want a second pick, just in case something strange is happening. And
Reserve
it is the
time.
Huskar again from EG. And now we are looking for
10
likely a
seconds
second
remaining.
support. The Dazzle is not available to them this time. It has been fit banned out by
5
Wings.
seconds
Oracle,
remaining.
however, that seems like a Zai hero though, not a PPD.
Yeah, that's more better. That's
Wings
better.
Gaming's
Better
turn to
stuns, better
pick.
control, nice little buff up on all their 3 heroes as well.
Yeah, I don't like the Bloodlust here so much though. You want Bloodlust for heroes that are slow at attack speed, and Lifestealer and Huskar both have like large attack speed. But you know, Ogre is.
A stun is a stun. A
10
tanky support.
seconds remaining.
You mentioned the Lion. I think Like
5 seconds
Liam,
remaining.
he has the nice instant cast on the Slark, but just not as tanky, just in case things go awry.
Reserve
Maybe they're also worried about what will be stolen, but then again, Rubik still has a lot to get from the Ogre. Just can't steal the multicast,
10 seconds remaining.
which is kind of what makes Ogre. So
5
Wings,
seconds remaining.
last hero pickup. Are we running a? Oh! Booyah! That's the stuff right there. That's the stuff. It is an ice.
Yo, I see
as
him.
well.
I see him smiling. He's like, oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, boys. Yeah, we got this. Oh, well, okay, maybe mid lane isn't as straightforward as you thought it was. That's gonna throw a curveball the way of EG.
Imagine if Pudge gets a Battle Fury and gets like 300 Flesh Sheep stacks with Empower. Wow. New strat.
Is this like Year of the Beast all over again? How do you do it? Just keep buffing up your Pudge. Keep buffing up your Pudge. Actually, that was when we did. That was Diatide. Diatide was the one where Pudge was the all-powerful
10
one.
seconds
With me?
remaining.
Infinitely scaling. And then with Magnus is like infinitely scaling
5
times
seconds.
5, which is just more infinity.
It was the Necro. Necro was the big hero for Year of the Beast.
Okay,
All right.
let's get our predictions in.
Highest total magical or pure damage done to
Prepare
heroes
for
by
battle.
25 minutes. That's the player who has done this.
Huskar or Bat, I would say in this game. I'm not sure which one I would want to go for though.
I'm gonna lean towards the Batrider just because I think Samal's gonna have a really hard time this game.
Okay, I'll go with Bat Rider.
Yep.
Physical damage done. Slark or Lifestealer?
Kind of depends on who you think's really got the upper hand in this game.
I think Slark. He has better control from his teammates.
He's also got a better buff. First
player
player to get 50 last hits.
Who has Iron Talon? okay, it is Magnus Iron Talon.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I don't want to say his faith though.
No, so you have to go with the EG safe laner. Which
Yeah,
would be
with
Lifestealer.
Lifestealer.
30 seconds.
Okay.
So,
to
Fia?
battle.
Time of first tower destruction.
This is a lot more of a brawler game than a pushing game, so it could be a lot later.
5 to 8, I think.
5 to 8?
Could be 8 to 11.
Yeah.
They were pretty good about defending their tower last game. 8 to 11 sounds bad.
I'm gonna actually go 11 to 14.
11 to 14.
I think there's gonna be a lot more roaming, fighting after the 10-minute mark, and then they'll look to
I'm
the
going 8 to
towers.
11.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't have to be on the same page. Ted can't assume that one answer is the only
battle
answer.
begins.
Definitely not.
Yeah. All right, so into our game where it is the Chinese team that is playing the Pudge, who's already found out. BD is going to say hello to him, just down. No orb of venom, so I guess he'll just walk himself off.
He has only one Tango left. He has no more regen, really.
Yeah, where's the consumables? Like you could run it like classic Jimmy style. You get the early bottle over on Pudge and just have him move from lane to lane to lane. That's the classic Jimmy style.
But Ogre versus...
Is he trying to get this ward down?
No, he was trying to catch the range creep. Now he's out of regen.
Yeah. It's like, what do you want to do now? Well, I'll rot. No, that'll actually end up killing me. So you run the offlane Magnus just like they did in their game before. Sumail is protected. He's protected on the safe lane with Zai as well as... Okay, well, they're really going ham on that bottom lane against Shadow. Universe gets hooked back in. The pick up from the big Universe thrown around. He gets the board on Shadow. Shadow's so low. PPD, can he finish the job? The creep will actually do that. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off. Your offlaner for the safe laner.
Is he going to give the salve to Shadow? He has not.
No, he didn't drop it in time.
That would have helped.
It would have. Unless Pudge is planning on going home anytime soon.
Get out of here.
Iron Talon Magnus with level 1 skewer, so he will not be jungling. Sumail gets skewered into the tower.
Unless him eat the chip damage. Zaya's behind him. Man, Samelis drops really low. But he's still got salve, he's still got 3 tangos. And Zaya's just shied the money for his bottle. I want to keep my eyes closed on this mid lane, because how's this meant to go down? Right now, Fear is just so far ahead of CS.
You should not die as the Lifestealer. You just rage and all the stacks fall off.
Oh, Batrider is still having a crack at him. The rage is over as he keeps sticky napalm up. Fear, and they really go for a trade-off. Fear with 3 sticky napalm touches attacks from the tower. Fairy Fire will keep Blink live, but only barely. Not sure if calculated or just madness.
Can't that be both, Toby?
Why not both? I'll have a taco and an enchilada. Innocence is on his way up through the mid. The double damage really is not going to find Fear, but it does push Fear back to the tier 2 tower, so it's not just a safe, I can farm up in the lane. But again, Innocence is pretty deep. PPD moving up. Actually didn't go for Bloodlust. He went for Bloodlust early on instead of Fire Blast.
A buff. 10% move speed is no joke. If you think Wind Lace is good.
Wait until I have an ability which costs me like 1/6 of my entire mana pool to use.
Yeah, intelligence is not a strong suit.
It's an ogre. You don't get much stupider than that.
But do 2 stupids make us smart?
No. There's no way. That logic shall not fly.
What about 3 stupids or 3 stooges?
3 Stooges makes a crap ton of money and a great TV show. That's obviously where Ogre went wrong. He decided to battle in this in a mortal arena. Or really, TV was his calling.
So you're saying they should make an immortal with a 3-headed ogre?
That is definitely the case, but give me IO first. Alright, I still see this influence of Ice. We haven't really seen him roam. He's sat on this bottom lane for a while now. Every other lane is just doing its
Radiant's
thing.
middle tower is under attack.
I was expecting more presence up against the lifestealer,
They're
but then
scared.
again, it's yeah.
He's doing it.
Is that it? I see the wings of universe tremble in fear. Ice is doing his job.
A lot of the pudge is just psychological warfare. Even picking him in the first place is psychological warfare.
So like, how does EG react to it? How does every other team? Because this is actually something, I can't remember who I was talking to about this yesterday.
Oh, they're going on to PBD. It looks like Innocence does have an arcane. We're looking for the lift Universe.
Oh, there's your first hook. Universe is the one who's in way too deep now, thanks to the hook from Ice. And Universe gonna burn. And there it is.
He's in his head now.
Kill. That's it. Yeah. So okay. So it was Waga. I remember who I was talking to about this yesterday. As we were being really stupid, but very, very smart at the same time. We're playing Techie's highlight videos.
In the middle lane.
They're having a crack. Okay. Well, Blink needs to run the edge of the river to stop Fear from attacking him, but then Universe just comes in for a quick void.
Okay, you can finish your story.
Yeah, so we're running Techie's highlight videos in the eating room back at the hotel, just to see if anyone would go, hey, maybe we should be playing a Techies.
That's my idea of a Tuesday night right there.
Yeah, it's Wednesday and Thursday. You can do it every night, man. Innocence, pick up Universe, throw him back over again, hits over on top of Zai. Shadow will be voided, and they're TPing extra help. It's going to be Batrider coming to the front lines as Zai. Oh, he's actually back to safety with the tap away, so now Bat's in a bit of an odd position. And Ice TPs himself into the mid lane to soak up the missing experience.
He's gonna die though if he hooks a Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer kind of loves fat people. All full of health, a lot to eat. Yeah, so the
Oh, Faith, he is...
We're never gonna get to the end of this. Is he gonna burn to death?
Nah, okay. Proceed, my friend.
Okay, now we can go. We have permission, even though PPD is like looking at that canvas. All right, so yeah, the idea was if you pick Techies in one game and you have even a slightly successful game with it, you're instantly going to affect every single game that comes after that, because people are just like, are they going to pick a Techies? Like, are they going to pick a Meepo kind of style? It's like, oh gee, they pick Meepo once or twice. Everyone's just like, maybe we should ban Meepo in the second phase. Opens up your draft a lot more.
Oh, hello.
Yep. There's the movement. Great smoke up and some mail. Elio pounds himself away. He's got 1 point up in the Berserker's blood. He's going to hope that Helmify will protect him with the help of Zai. He'll turn. It was slow thanks to Sticky Napalm with Ice.
What a
backs
play.
out, and they will survive.
And it looks like Faith is
Oh, they're jumping in. Yep. Samel will not only survive the gank, he'll turn and kill the Magnus.
Okay, he can play Huskar.
The playmaker hero that can make plays. Now middle lane, Innocence had to pick up Fear and throw him away. Gets the extra stun over to PD. Blink will come into this mid lane, but Fear, he's been playing up against his Batrider before. He's developed an immunity to Sticky Napalm and can just keep battling against the Batrider. Maybe not an immunity to towers, as Ice finds PPD up on the hillside. Faith wants to help battle a little bit more. Skewer himself up to enjoy the fight, and PPD wants to run out. He's still near the Ancients, but there's no way he'll be able to deny himself of that. As Wings again find themselves with multiple heroes in one location. deal with an incursion of EG.
Yes, is nearing very soon. Will it be the Huskar, the Slark, or the Lifestealer?
It was meant to be the Lifestealer. That was the one we were going for, because we didn't think Samel was going to be protecting the mid lane.
They're all at 43.
Breathe, breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He missed. I think it's going to be Slark.
Oh, Petus wants kills. It's a shame heroes don't count as CS. Innocence, he is so totally dead. Lifestealer will take it, opens up the mid lane even more. Slark is now 2 CS away, but he's just roaming the jungle.
Come on, Fear!
He's stacking. He's stacking the jungle at the moment. Fear's got a chance. He's going to make a break for the 50. 48. Where's the 49? He's got 2, 3 creeps in front of him. The Slark was stacking. This is going to be it. There it is. 49 and 50! Woo! Ah!
That was close. Huskar's at 50, Slark's at 52. Wow.
Prediction correct, at least for us, not for our observer. Man, they're getting blocked up by the creep. TPD and Zai want to go in. Now they're going to get skewered back. Fate maybe regretting his decision right now with a pick up and throw in from Innocence. He was looking for the extra stun, but the lasso holds Zai up. Samel's in the neighborhood, and Zai on the hillside. They're looking for the Firefighters to burn him out. It's going to do so. That then Fear in the fight after Innocence. He's got no abilities to help him out this one. It wouldn't help him anyway, because Fear is completely raged into that.
They have no damage. It was like a Magnus and a Rubik and a Batrider trying to kill those heroes, but Batrider wasn't really in a position to get all that Firefly damage.
Hey, if you had a crap ton of charges of sticky napalm, then maybe it's going to work, but until the Slark's going to be there. And Slark is, like, he's still the same net worth as the Huskar. He doesn't have items to be aggressive yet. Like, it still just treads in a PMS.
8-11.
Alini was right.
You know, my hero predictions, I said 101 plus. Now Pudge has been picked, Meepo has been picked, Viper has been picked. I was actually a little bit worried that Viper might not get picked.
You still need the techies.
Ice.
You need the techies, yeah.
Oh, techies is not getting picked.
Well, Fear actually missed his second attack there. So he hasn't done as much damage coming underneath that tower, but Pudge, sticking napalm. There's no Lassie to try and save him. Ice makes the break for a tree line. Does he go for the hook and try and drag one back to his own death? Nope.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It could have been if they could guarantee the kill.
Yeah, they really need level 6 on the Pudge.
No, they need the Magnus.
Oh, it's about to be 10 minutes. Tome of XP, their savior. Tome.
They really need the Magnus with something more. Like this off-lane Magnus, he's got Iron Talon and Boots. There's no arcades, there's no blink. These are the 2 essential things for any Magnus.
You know what? This would have been a good techies game. You skewer them into mines, you hook them into mines, you lasso them into mines. You lift them into mines. 4 heroes.
Dude, mines work in every scenario. It's the that's the mine, that's the Fear game.
I thought you hated techies.
No, dude, I love techies.
Oh, okay.
Techies is one of the greatest. Like, it's Synderen who hates casting techies because he's just like,
no, he hates techies. Period.
Yeah. And he's just like, how do I cast this? They should buy a gem and get vision. This is my analysis of the techies.
There's so much more intricacy to that. This is why we cast Skeletopia. I like techies. There's a lot of planning that goes into those mines.
If any other caster pair gets a techies, we will murder them and take their microphones.
That's not what a techies player would do.
You're right, they'll set a trap. The microphones would explode on their heads, and then we just bring in our own. That better? Is that a techie style plan for you?
I was testing you to see if you were a true techies player. You failed the first test.
No!
There will be more.
I play a lot of techies.
Is under attack.
Set a trap for you. See, this is what techies players do.
Stasis trap doesn't last that long, only level 1. Alright, so EG, looking to head into that tier 1 tower bot lane as waiting for Shadow to have some kind of influence in the game. He's top net worth, he's 1-1-1, but he hasn't had any influence in this match whatsoever.
What do you want him to do?
I want
him to lace mines?
I wanted to finish his Shadow Blade and yes, Clark, stop f***ing mines. It's a 3-man smoke move.
He doesn't have any items.
No, he's got a Shadow Amulet on the courier.
So he's just supposed to Shadow Amulet around.
Wait, he did have a Shadow Amulet.
He's supposed to just, it's on the...
It's his stash now.
You want him to mind game his opponent by constantly cast Shadow Amulet on himself?
Yeah, that's exactly what he should be doing. And then they'll be like, we can initiate on this, then all of a sudden, Patrick surprise.
Yeah, it's like, what does he do? Oh, wait, we're standing still. Okay, something is about to happen.
Yeah, they tried to actually 3-man smoke maneuver, Wings. They didn't find anybody. They will find the double damage rune. And again, EG, their vision, they don't see anything inside the Wings Radiant jungle. What they do have, however, is a fresh observer ward behind the tier 1 tower. And so when TI6 makes this maneuver, he can smack bang on top of it. So there's instant, so there's blink. Okay, now EG have good information.
But they don't know, EG doesn't know that Pudge sees them.
Backing out. We still haven't seen an RP being used just yet. A sentry ward's being placed. They're worried about an EG aggression ward.
They know that Batrider is over there, but it's a Batrider, he can just fly over. And now looks like EG are heading into the Roshan pit. Huskar much more farm than last game. More mask, armlet, almost treads, and soon to be an Aegis of them, or unless can't hook.
It would be a ballsy play to go for it, and they still don't want to fight yet. Like, this is the reason why the Slark disappeared and went top lane. Like, he just got his Shadow Blade, and he's not ready to go.
TI6 is going for it. I see his positioning. He is ready.
Oh, who's he going to get, though? There's your hook. They got one. It's going to be Samael. They steal Inner Vitality. That's not really what Innocence want as far as control. Drum charge as well. Sticky napalm up. Throws Samael back. They do not want to take this fight if they can avoid it. Innocence will TP out in the tree line, so he'll be okay. TI6, however, maybe not so okay. He has his TP available, spends all of his money possible, but they slowed down the Roshan and actually stopped the Roshan of EG, while Shadow was taking the tier 1 tower on the top lane.
Objective complete, I would say.
It
that
does
was a
feel
good,
like that.
minute and a almost minute and a half, I would say.
And what did you really lose? A Pudge and a drum charge?
They didn't really get anything out of it, though. they didn't get a T1.
They got a lot of damage to the T1 tower, and it's Shadow having his full Shadow Blade on him now.
However, they did have the Observer Ward in the back line. Let's see if Universe gets caught out by this. He is very...
Oh. It didn't see blink.
That was weird. I think Shadow like raised his arm and he was about to hit him, and then he didn't hit him. Anyways.
Arcade Boost now up for Faith. Death 1. Still waiting for these double blink daggers as Relocate going down to bottom lane. Innocence.
Oh, there. He is done for.
Yeah, he was a long way out by himself with no tier 1 tower, with no friends.
Think about the fountain plays if they get in a sticky situation.
It's base creation, man. Syndra would have done the same thing. Now tier 1 tower goes down for no risk to their heroes.
Vincere is out pretty deep, but he feels very safe with that rage. Universe chasing them down under the guise of darkness. But okay, you lasso them and then you hook the Batrider.
Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't break as long as it's on an ally. Yeah.
And then you skewer them back into the fountain, and then you RP them there so they can't escape. Boom.
Or you could just buy 2 4 staffs and just 4 staff the Batrider out with the lasso target. Somehow looking to have some fun here in the mid lane.
This is Fountain Hook version 2.0, TI6 version.
I still love the fact that the fountain hooking was a bug which was allowed through until it completely broke a game at TI. They're like, okay, maybe we should fix it. Like, it was left in because I thought it was amusing.
Was it a bug?
It was a bug.
It's mechanics.
There was a whole bunch, there's a whole bunch of things during like alpha and beta that you were just like, this really shouldn't happen, but it's so funny that it does that you just want to leave it in. That was one of those things.
I call it strange mechanics. It's kind of like the English language. There's a lot of strange things. I don't call them bugs. It's just how the English language is. It's just how Dota works, man.
Sorry, I don't know the English language. I only know Australian.
Jesus, Toby. I can't follow up after that.
Well, people always ask me, it's like, you lived in Germany for 5 years. Do you know German? I'm like, nope, I know English and I know bad English.
Do you know English, though? You self-proclaim that you did not.
Yeah. Don't know Dota, don't know English. What the hell am I even doing here at TI? Crazy!
You don't know techies?
Now that is blasphemy. Tier 1 tower to be fortified and bloodlusted. Obviously, wings are like bears. You make yourself big and maybe they don't attack you.
How do they make themselves big? That's what Bloodlust is for.
Yeah, that's what it was. The tower was bloodlusted. Get the joke, bro! TI6 TP'd himself out. They're stealing the tree lines. PvD can't get this done in time. Only the open wound, so save him another day. Tier 1 towers being attacked in the mid, but again, these TPs from EG coming nice and quick.
They are playing against the Huskar quite well. This is what you need to do versus Huskar. You do not fight when he is this farmed with Aegis. You let him. Let him farm.
I like this. And you actually get your critical item. This is the reason why they dodged it. Shadow's about to pick up a Silver Edge. Then they're going to have some answers to Sumail.
I still think they lack damage.
One step at a time. First, you have to break Berserker's blood.
That's true. They still need Blink on Blink.
Yeah, they need to Blink RP. Like that's also critical.
Oh, that's Faith. Faith also needs Blink, but he's going to be second in line.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, Blink's going to finish his in now, practically.
What about Pudge? Pudge, no sign of Aether Lens.
Yeah, I
No
don't
sign of anything.
You're not going to get a sign of much from him. Like, I think he realized he's going to have to weather the storm for a very long time. But it was always a thing with a Pudge where he'd break a stalemate. So you wait forever. Like, EG want to take your high ground. How do they do that with this lineup? Like, you look for a Dragon Lance over on, well, he's got one, over on the Huskar, and he just attacks up onto the high ground. Like,
that's okay.
That's probably the best way to do that, but then you gotta be careful of the Pudge. And the vision from Aghanim Scepter Night Stalker may not be long enough. Wow, Faith, TP. Gank lineup with no stunts, and he makes it to the tree lines in time. So Faith gets to survive.
The keep away game is being excellently executed.
This is the attack, evade, attack, evade, attack, evade.
They've only taken down 1 T2 on the side of EG. However, Roshan will continuously be controlled by them, as well as the rest of the map. Now that the Ags and the Gem or the inventory of the Night Stalker at nighttime will descend upon us in 45 seconds, or right now.
There goes the Aegis, the Immortal. It's going to be a long spawn time for the next one as well. So, not as quick as EG would probably prefer. It's away that extra life of Sumail to have a license to kill. Literally Bond. Just with more weirder hair. Wings. Now to defend the mid lane is EG. The prep Firefly from Blink. So they don't really keep the creep wave alive very long, but Fear making a run for Innocence is not going to muck around with this at all.
He's been slow with the Rage. I think that's the second time that's happened to him. He tries to go on the Rubik and he gets lifted before Rage. But, you know, playing a little bit safe. He doesn't have Aegis, and Rubik has a pretty low cast point.
Well, they're coming back. Shadow's TPing in. They don't have everybody though. Faith has not TP'd in just yet. He could TP. Okay, yeah, he's TPing into the tier 3 now. So if EG want to fight this, EG can. Universe actually went down and saw the TP. Thanks to that Aghanim Scepter of his and the Gem of True Sight, they can see Shadow moving forward. They dropped the sentry to does EG have any idea what's going on?
Radiant has used Scan, and they're also trying to use the melee creep.
They're gonna smoke
to dodge the hook. Block the hook, rather.
Okay, nope. They hold it. By tier 2 tower. It's not worth the fight.
Has fallen.
They still have an Observe pulled up in the lane, so I understand EG's exit.
I think the Slark would have been better suited to continuously split pushing top. I think he can defend once they go high ground, because that's a much better opportunity for the Pudge to hook. But when they don't have the high ground advantage, it's slightly too difficult for them to fight.
Yeah.
And EG will await
this is the timing that Wings would have loved to have. The blink dagger is up for Magnus. They're running back in for Shadow, and Shadow only just dark packs it off and runs away. Even triggering the Silver Edge, and Wings is smoked up behind him. They're gonna find Universe, but they can't keep the vision. Universe, the course of vision master, and they're dropping. Catching a dude with the Fable. Who are they gonna kill off? They're gonna kill them both. The Gem's on the deck. He picked up some mail. Needs more damage. Innocence will rage himself off. Just run away. They're all just running away. It's an exit strategy. It's a hit run.
That was so clean by them. They were very smart by always having the Slark out in front, because Slark is not actually that
Shadow's not done, man. Shadow's not done. His eye is isolated. That was way too easy. Sumail actually cancels his TP. No, he's also locked in the mid lane.
This is what I'm talking about, like Wings being unpredictable. They, like, EG even made the unpredictable play. They didn't wait for Roche. They were like, they took down all the wards, like, okay, well we're not going to actually wait for Roche. We're going to smoke in. Shadow's up in front, gets the vision. Faith with a beautiful 2-man RP. Sumail desperately trying to go on Innocence, but he has no match community, and he will just run away. And as you mentioned,
Sumail, you may not be able to run from this one. Firefly is up, they see Sumail, they make a move over, Blink Skewer going to drag Sumail back into the fight. If they can kill him off, do they have enough? Now it's actually Faith who's in trouble. You did have a little bit of fun from Shadow back up to the tier 2 tower of EG. Finding the kill on PPD.
Losing that gem is a big blow though. Now Slark has much more room to maneuver around the fights, and Huskar actually does have to be scared of that Silver Edge now. And the break, more importantly.
A Satanic coming early for Sumail. He doesn't have the mark for Reaver yet, but he's got the recipe on the courier.
Is it Abyssal? I think maybe for Lifestealer. They're getting
for Lifestealer? They just picked up the Sanj.
They're having problems with people just TPing away. And then if they commit, they have a lot of melee heroes, and Huskar's even short range, even with the Dragon Lance, and that RP was pretty nasty. Do you just throw in RPs into any lineup? I guess so, why not?
I was just surprised, like I was actually underestimating the amount of damage for Wings. It's just like, you're like, they don't have enough, they don't have it for the Shadow. It's like, I got a little bit.
And I think this is a very nice play from them too, even just picking the Magnus, because it's a void replacement. And
here they come again. Sumail's the one on the front lines. The Obs and Sentries are down, so they see Shadow die. He's almost 3 hits for a kill. The Echo Saber taking that a lot. Doesn't really was before, and now you're up P. PBD and University backline. Then Skewer through 3. Shadow has a triple kill. Shadow has an ultra kill. Give that man a rampage. Don't hook him away instead. All right, that works. They're inside the creep. Still have to pop out the Aegis. They'll hold him in position there. And that's rampage. Get yourself a rare, those 17 people. EG get wiped from the face of the earth. Wings.
That was beautiful.
It has been patient yet surgical from them.
The Skewer was what sealed it for me. The lasso, the RP on it to the Skewer into the empowered Slark.
And just at the last moment when the lasso was wearing off, you could see him waiting for it, even like the positioning. It's like, I get there, I get there. Lasso wears off, Sumail instantly picked up. Oh, it is just a beautiful, beautiful synergy coming out from Wings. I was really worried, like...
They don't even need the Pudge.
they really don't. Like, the Pudge is currently like an understudy. If something goes wrong, then maybe they'll step up.
One thing that's been really important for me this game too is Innocence constantly stealing the Rage. He stole it that fight as well as the fight before. And as a Lifestealer player, you have to Rage first and then open wounds, because then the Rubik can't get away unless he has items to counteract that. But he just rages the open wounds off and then runs away. And this goes back to the statement I made earlier about him just not casting Rage early enough. You need to cast it early against this particular lineup. They will look for a window when RP is still down, but it's only down for 15 more seconds.
Here they're coming in. They're running over towards Roshan. EG are halfway through it with a Firefly. They get the vision on the hillside. Flame Break doesn't actually clip anyone. Surveil jumps up and Blink way too deep on that run. But Eyesight's also calling over Fear, but Fear loves it. He goes nom-nom all over that Pudge. And now, this is the fight for EG. They've taken 2. They're chasing for more. The Glimmer Cape bought a little bit of space for Innocence to run away. He can't run that far. 3 heroes down. EG will come and finish what they started, and that is the killing of Roshan.
And EG perfectly lured him in that position. They had to make the decision whether or not they wanted to fight for the RP. And it was kind of a mixed response from Wings. It's like, we can fight, but in 15 seconds, and they're like, well, we need to fight now, or Roshan is going to die. And you could see that internal struggle of him not being at the peak, but them wanting to take that fight. Masterfully played by EG.
And that brings them back into this game. They were actually leading for so far. Like, if you have a quick look at the net worth, it was almost a 7k advantage coming the way of EG. The swing was high. The experience for me kind of shows it, like, the better story of this game. All the way to win, and now EG bring it back a little bit more. It was patience with a virtue coming from Wings.
Shadow is big. And he's building a lot of agility, so that Empower is just going to be insane. Yeah,
he can dive in. He can probably even go for Universe underneath the tower here, which is exactly. Oh, okay, too deep. Bail. But thanks for me. The relocate, they're coming. The hook from Pudge actually gives Faith a little bit more space here. They don't really want to fight this. Eyesight's going to find Kamel. He runs the opposite direction. Faith RP. Instantly cancelled by death. Eyesight is able to TP out, but he's burning to the spears, and he dies underneath his own fountain. So 2 heroes lost for Wings after a failed engagement. That may have been a little bit too aggressive, diving a tier 3 tower without any kind of creeps. And Fear's waiting for support. He's watching Shadow, and they're moving into position. That's why PPD went down south.
Now all these wards are staying alive. They still do not have a gem in the possession of EG, and come out.
Shadow's looking to create havoc on the back lines. He's on the run, but all they gotta do is just follow the little puffball as they'll go for more. Shadow counts out. PPD, there's the stun. Shadow's in trouble, and Shadow's down. No buyback.
That was crazy.
He doesn't have buyback. This is 70 seconds without your Slark. You have to have, you don't have damage. You actually don't have damage now. Even if you get yourself a great RP, okay, maybe you can use the tier 4 towers for damage. A great hook from Eyesight, dragging Smell in deep. Zyme to go with him. Now Universe, they're all being forced to fight underneath tier 4 towers. Yo, guys, pull out. You're too deep. You need to focus on the objective. The hook barely missing on Smell at the moment. Now the tier 3 tower will drop. 40 seconds until this Slark is up for EG. They're going to be given a lot here because Smell still's the Immortal and the Satanic. He is very, very hard to kill off.
However, he just popped a Satanic while he was hitting the tower, so he won't have that available to them. They popped him Reserve Reward down, and that combined with the Axe Vision from Night Stalker will keep him safe.
18 seconds. 18 seconds. EG, are they going to go for more? When this Slark comes back up again, Wings have a defense, and now the job! The RP by Space Innocence was the man initiated on. He still had the Rage now, Glimmer keeps himself away to safety. They attack into the tier 3 towers, but EG, Slark is up, the Danger Man is back, and now do they retreat? Samael is the one who's closest. Shadow looking for the leash. The wards are down, so they know the Shadow is there waiting, and Universe blinks forward. Universe comes a lot of damage. The hook probably seems to be out there, no support, none. They can take the captain out of this fight with actually the rod. Eyesight is soloing Universe and PPD on the south line, and then denies himself as well for the full distraction. Samel will finally bring down the tower. Remember, Satanic has been triggered. 18 seconds left for that one, but he's got the Aegis Immortal. Samel will die quickly here. Zai tries to help him out, but not fast enough, and now Fear, Lasso, thinking to bring down the Life Stealer, and they're gonna get him. Samel life breaks forward, picked up control by Innocence, and then Skew is back. A perfect synergy again under the tier 4 towers. Zai! He got him! Pulls him out at the last moment! And Samael is bathing in the fountain! Grubber Duck and now to Zai. He'll go back. He'll take it for the team, or will he? Yep, he will. He'll tether up. Are they gonna stun? Are they gonna stun? Yeah, they've got the damage. That'll do the work. EG will lose the IO. They could have lost more, but man, what play from both sides.
A miraculous defense that was set up by a questionable play from Shadow, and Zai comes in, tries to save Samael, but can't save him from the burst out of Shadow, and this lasso, while the Aegis is respawning, was super clutch.
And Shadow was so ready for it, and this is something which Wings has just been so damn good at, and then this from Faith. The perfect skewer back. The positioning in fights is just flawless. Like, okay, you get picked off, the Slark gets brought down, he doesn't have buyback, that's the reason why damage has been done this game, but...
And a very nice relocate from Zai, and they have weathered Aegis number 2. And it's not irreparable damage done to Wings base, just one set of racks and another lane is exposed. However, they still do have the T2 on the top lane, and their range is not yet in critical HP. So yeah, Shadow... Yeah.
Not the greatest time to get picked off.
I'm going to create space 1v5. If it's a Pudge doing that, that's fine. Your Slark, who doesn't have buyback and is the most important physical damage dealer on the side of Wings, probably not.
Probably not the greatest thing in the world.
I think he maybe just wanted some stacks because Stacks of agility is just really good here with the Magnus.
I still couldn't believe how long Ice kept where PPD and Universe occupied. My eyes just stood on it because obviously, like, gravitate to a punch during a team fight. But he just stood there and just rotted PPD out. There was no support. There was no way for EG to do what Wings has been doing. It's like, okay, we're going to go on this target. We focus it, we kill him, we move on to the next one. You kind of have that when Samael jumps in. But then you also had Fear attacking the racks. Like they kind of have like multiple objectives they're achieving at one time. Where Wings just seem to have multiple objectives, but they just chain them so beautifully. I'm loving. Like, I'm so happy. I was hoping with the teams that would turn up today, they would just play complete next level Dota, or play Dota which you want to watch again. One time is not enough, and I'm getting that from Wings.
Let's see more Pudge.
More Pudge. Techies.
I wonder if Shadow would have made that play had he not gotten that rampage. It's kind of like when you get a haste rune and you die because you think you're Superman. I think that might been a psychological thing too. It's like, I just got a rampage. I'm on top of the world. I can do anything.
I am invincible. And then all of a sudden, liquid nitrogen.
5 EG heroes or kryptonite or anything. Even the silence almost killed him on that base defense. Universe silenced him up before his Shadow Dance or Dark Pact.
Roshan is still a minute away from
There's
spawn
a smoke
time.
coming out from the right side from EG.
Yeah, and Wings was already smoked up going from the west side. They leave an Observer Ward behind, which EG will go straight over the top of. They have a gem, so they can see the ward. The question is, they want to get rid of it, and okay, they do. They actually killed off the ward, and this, yeah, they're pinging out. They're flagging. Okay. Very careful. That was actually one ping coming from PPD on the Roche pit. I think the other one came from Wings in the jungle.
Wings are not quarreling with indecision at this point because Roshan could not possibly have spawned had they taken a timer. It's been about 7:45 since the last spawn, and EG heading around the pit hoping for that 8-minute.
They're buying more time for... Okay, so... have we actually got a... Because you bought a Heaven Talbot over on Samael, like he kind of has to go on Monkey King bar to find that damage into the Slark. Like Slark's walking around with casual evasion, he's going to finish up a Butterfly soon. Yeah. But it's the same thing for the Lifestealer. They both like find the money to buy a Monkey King bar, but you're not going to get that big heart over on Fear or something like that.
And the Slark doesn't actually need to get a Monkey King bar because he can rely on the RP and the cleave to at least deal significant damage to the Huskar.
Yep.
But let's see what the Roshan respawn. Dire has put the OD courier into there, and
that's a long spawn.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Yeah, just shy of that now for his respawn. And Universe is hoping for a kill. Like he's walking around with an infested Lifestealer and a Blink Dagger to get him in close.
They know it means Aegis and Cheese, so they definitely want to kill. Shadow.
Does Aegis and Cheese really mean that much though? If Wings get,
I think it means game.
If Wings get a big combination, you may just
that's true.
Like you may just lose everything. That's why I never really want to count Wings out of this game, even though they obviously they were the ones who were in control for a while.
However, Faith in a lot of trouble. He does have a 4-step available to him, but Universe will scout him out right now.
They need some extra help. Shadow's too far away, so nope, Faith will go down. And Shadow just pounces and TPs himself away to safety.
So his respawn timer is seconds, which will coincide almost exactly with the Roshan respawn. So does not look like EG will get that free 4v5 Roche like they so desperately wanted. But Wings don't know that. Wings do not have any eyes on Roche. They do not know that it's up or not up, or that EG is heading towards there. They probably have a feeling though.
They don't have... Where are the wards even? Like you got one Observer Ward outside the base, which is overwatching the Radiant Secret Shop. But there's no ward where you'd expect it around Roshan because it got de-warded before.
Yeah, the Batrider has a gem.
Yep.
And now they're patiently waiting for the Magnus to respawn, but Shadow...
he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. He can't even TP out this one because it's still on cooldown. Can he Dark Pact? Not with a silent Shadow. He's going to burn. He has buyback this time, however, but it makes contesting Roshan next to impossible unless he wants to expend the money. Or is EG going to force the buyback? Roshan spawns up. They see it now.
And force buyback, get Roche, and then try to end the game in. It is a long night to come. 3.5 more minutes.
Blink, Universe. Lifesteal is still sitting inside of him at the moment. He'll lose crippling fear to innocence.
That thing lasts 8 seconds during nighttime? That is an eternity. Not as long as the darkness, though. It's gonna last till like 41 minutes almost.
So they know Roshan's up. It's 40 seconds now till Slark is alive. Does Pudge go for his play like he did before?
I think they go for the hook in the fountain, or like the lasso in the hook in the fountain. I think that's a pretty good way to deal with the Aegis. And if they lose a fight at Roche, they lose the game. And I think they'd rather take the chance because they would have to buy back on the sword. Yeah. And then if they lose that fight, he's just...
So we're actually having more buybacks fighting inside your base. You got 4 out of your 5 buybacks, and Pudge is only short of his by 50 gold. So yeah, they'll have 10 heroes to defend EG.
And the longer the game goes, I think it's better for Wings because they can get like a refresher on Magnus, and EG don't have a great solution to that. And Slug, I think, scales much better than the Lifestealer and the Huskar, especially when you have Empower into play. But with these power items up on EG, they could look to end the game. I think that's what they want to do at this instance in time. They do also have Bloodlust on the Ogre, so maybe not falling off as hard as initially expected.
So EG got to play this smart. They got a lot of sustain. Still love the fact that this IO gets so much money every single time, so a full Greaves over on IO.
There's the MKB, like you mentioned, coming out soon for the Lifestealer, 2 Javelins in the inventory. Huskar, not sure what he wants to pick up as item number 6. It could just be a Hurricane Pipe.
Has he actually got some male Demon Edge?
Both going MKB.
Yeah, it's just like the Demon Edge on the Courier, so Huskar, you have 50 gold, he's got his full ones. Between the 2 of them, they can create an MKB. Had some extra money, but this does mean that if things go wrong, Samael will not have buyback here.
Pretty unlikely, given the... I say that, and then there's a Pudge in the game.
Yeah, there's always something that can go horribly wrong.
Shadow also does not have buyback with a completed Butterfly. So with Empower, he's hitting around 345 with Agility Treads.
Top tower is under attack.
Not a shabby pop. There's Faith. Oh, this is a good one.
That's buyback though.
So that he does. Just means you're going to be playing with 1 less hero.
I really like the Blink W. That has given them so many kills this
they're going to find Shadow as well. He just wanted to get back inside of his own base. He didn't start the Dark Eye, so he's going to try and fight the hook, saving Shadow, pulling him away from the EG aggression. And EG got what they wanted. They got the buyback over on Faith. Freight waves are pushing in. Wings are in damage control at the moment.
This Night Stalker has just been destroying them though. Like, so many heroes have been trying to farm out around the map.
And Aghanims for the Batrider.
2 heroes to the fountain.
And with the double 4-staffs.
And the hook.
You got 4-staffs from Faith as well as Ice. They're the ones that have to drag them all the way in. And the hook.
It could happen.
He's managed to pull that off. I will watch that multiple times in slow motion. A hook into a double 4-staff fountain lasso.
Only if only Io could get an axe and tether 2 people and relocate both of them out. That would be the counter.
That would be the counter. But man, could you imagine that as an Ags upgrade for an IO? You're able to tether 2 targets with you? Ags IO?
There's been more ridiculous things, like in Arcana for IO.
That is not ridiculous.
I voted for IO.
I voted for IO as well. Then I voted for Dro, and then Dro got knocked out, so I voted for IO.
You would.
Of course I would. Still waiting for remodel. We can start making more items for Dro Ranger. Same for Enigma. I want to release my Black Hole set, but it's you have to wait.
Does it have special sound effects?
It will have special sound effects. Crazy thing is, we wanted to have the Black Hole would be different depending on how many heroes you got in the Black Hole. Traded. Trademark. Didn't just tell like 100,000 people, like my idea. No! Copyrighted. Alright, so EG grouping up on the top lane. Bottom lane still exposed. They got a tier 3 tower up on the top. They'll have to break through. We crack over 41 minutes now. And Wings, again, they're having to show a lot of patience.
They have endured the super long night, though. And the Aegis. And now you start to worry about EG maxing out in items. You have some side grades or slight upgrades, Armlet being replaced, Dragonlance being upgraded to Hurricane Pike, but for the most part, EG are not getting that much stronger. I guess there's a similar case with Spark, although he does have one more item slot. The Magnus has a lot of room to grow, though. The Pudge only has 7 Flesh Heap stacks, so I guess he has a lot of room to grow.
There hasn't been that many fights since he was able to, like, not that he could be involved in at least.
Keeps.
Yeah, they just need EG just to break like waves upon the wing shore. That's what they require.
One rack is not enough at this point in time, though.
Yeah, they really do need more. And if Shadow starts split pushing even harder, they're able to get something like BTs as well. Just really
universally
sidling push.
Shadow.
He's going to jump, the relocate's on the way too, but Wings, they get a lot of support behind it. Shadow is still not dead. There's the hook away to safety. Ice up, turn medic, and they find an extra hero. It's Zai up in the tree line. He just saw overcharge on Innocence.
Easy damage reduction. Who needs Bloodlust when you have overcharge?
Well, there's no IO now for 50 seconds, so no relocates, no big support. But EG is still very heavily grouped up. They're making a break for the top lane, and they're going to find Ice. Like, you could potentially Ghost Scepter and TP out, but that's the reason why Universe is holding on to this void. He knew Ice would attempt it at one point, PPD rolls over, and that's a very quick and simple kill. A rebuttal for EG.
They're going for Sumail, though, it looks like.
They're too far away. Blink was actually delaying it. Potentially could have just jumped it.
Not Blasto.
That is a problem.
He used it on the Wisp. Or that precious Flesh Heap stack.
Hey, what?
It's like 8, but you get 2.5 strength per, and then Empower. Yeah.
Are you actually trying to? So for each point, how far does it put you up with Empower?
Yeah. It's actually like 1.5 Flesh Heap stacks.
If he hits somebody, maybe during dismember, that could work. Now EG smoked up, they're making another break bottom lane, they find the Bat Rider. How many times is this going to happen where Wings lose a player just outside their bottom entry to the base?
Gem down, no buyback for Bat Rider, no bounty shenanigans.
They need a huge RP from FaZe to save this game. They look for Sumail, but remember, he is a Satanic boy. And he sees a lot coming thanks to the help of Universe.
Still, they don't have any creeps. This melee Rex is regenning faster than Sumail can take it down. And now they're eyeing the mid lane up, but Bat Rider will have very
they try to force up into a hook who has a fear. They blink themselves into the fight. The Ghost Scepter protect Ice at the moment, but Innocent is getting ripped hard. Sumail is going ham at the moment. He'll move his attention over to Shadow. Your buyback on the Rubik. Shadow needs to keep this fight going. He's shipping off a lot of essence, so he's going to start hitting like a truck in just a moment. Zai tethers in, however, make sure this Huskar remains as buffed up as possible, giving Sumail a triple kill, and there'll be a second lane of racks going the way of EG as Sumail attacking into the tier 4 towers. Bat Rider is up in 5 seconds time, and Shadow back into the fight. 25 essence shifted, trying to go on top of Sumail. He just keeps battling with the BKB, the Glimmer. Sumail moves in for the moment. Shadow wants to keep fighting. Now the lasso, they're going to bring down Sumail. He doesn't have Satanic. Zai can't keep him alive. They're finding kills right now. Wings, but PPD and Spear coming in from the rear. FaZe, he needs the RP, but he doesn't want to use it. And he used it, but on absolutely nothing. He couldn't put the heroes in close up. Shadow wants to run, but the Gem's revealing him. The cleave damage was enough to get a revenge, but he'll buy back in now. But he doesn't have the power, primarily because the Magnus is still dead. It keeps it at 2 lanes of ranks down for Wings, but EG, they're coming in for more. They don't want to give it up. Not yet.
And Wings have been playing very loose this game. Multiple pickoffs, very crucial pickoffs, I might add. Ice not been connecting on the hooks that they so desperately need for the high ground defense, and the end is nigh.
They need time. Fortification will buy it for them. They've got 10 seconds until
Radiant's top tower
the hook. Okay, they find Sumail. The pick up, the throw down. Sumail, he's still got Satanic. Is he going to get time to turn it on? However, they pick him up, and now he just goes in. There's the Satanic call. He's, however, too far away from all the other heroes. Universe looks in very, very deep. They're going to lose the gem on him now. first. And now with a blink line too, they move over towards Fear, and he won't have the life to fight this. They actually relocate Samel back in to get a grand total of 3 meters, and then drag Samel underneath the tier 4 towers. Those are available. Shadow, he's got the time with the extra damage. Zai's negating a lot of it, however, and Shadow, he just doesn't have enough. Phase 1-4, he doesn't have his RP up just yet. They're going to force the Megas out now, taking out the range right. Shadow, he is not done yet. The sticky nade pump, the pounce forward. They need to seize the mail, and now they do for a short moment. There's your leash, holds the mail in with a little bit of a burn. Is there any kind of buff up? There it is with the empower. The mail dropping low. Zai as well, they can't reach him. Yes, they can. The Yours one dropping back down again. Zai will go down. 4 heroes lost 3G, but it's already too late. The creeps were beating into the fountain, and GG. Our first series between EG and Wings will end in a draw, 1-1. But man, Wings still playing some terrific Dota. EG hold strong. They take game 2.
EG, I think, showing up a little bit better than previously expected going into this first matches versus Wings, and Wings as inconsistent as usual, I would say. Very crucial pickoffs that led to the demise of their